Welcome back to Delta Code. I am Delta, giving you the alpha so you can be most sigma. With Delta Code, I decode the world of finance for stocks and crypto so you can make heads of tails of it. We always like to invest in positive expected value, and today we will be discussing Coinbase. This is my biggest position, the stock and company I cover the most, and I would like to say that I am likely the greatest of all time analyst when it comes to Coinbase. So, Delta, go, call me whatever. I'm accurate. Taking a look at the results, which you can find on my Substack, on Twitter, and especially on the YouTube channel, we can see that the results are amazing. Revenue grew 88% quarter over quarter. Transaction-based revenue grew 172% quarter over quarter. Institutions were 156% growth. Consumer were 179%. The numbers were very much in line with my forecast. Okay, let's take a look at what I forecasted versus the results. I said expect $5 earnings per share. They delivered $5.13 per share. Mighty close if you ask me. Next, earnings per share for the full year. They delivered $10.42. I said 10.3. Mighty close if you ask me. Next, I said 1,296 million. I was off by 8%. 8% is okay. I underrepresented by 8%. I was conservative. I did not lead you astray to be overly optimistic. Spot on, if you ask me. And yet, I get no credit. Next, stablecoins were down quarter over quarter, and I missed by 19%. Now, this was a toughie because the amount of stablecoins Coinbase has gone up, USDC, from about 33 billion to 56 as it sits now. So this is a lot more stablecoin, but how much of that is passed on to customers? It's here nor there. Either way, this is a growing revenue item that benefits from high interest rates, but as interest rates come down, this will suffer, but the delta can be made up through growth of the total pie. So if we get to 100 billion, something similar to USDT, US Tether stablecoin, which is one of the most profitable companies with like 5 employees that makes, I think, $6 billion of profit a year. This is good stuff. Okay, blockchain rewards were up and 13% greater than my forecast. This was largely due to Solana hitting all-time high and having a high yield because they print a lot of inflation. Interest, I was off by 1%. I underreported subs by 38%. So subscriptions are growing like bananas. $91 million. I expect this to be over 100 next quarter because taxes. And Coinbase One subscriptions go up in Q1. There's a 1 in it in the product name. Think about it. Custodial fees, I overestimated by 4%, but still pretty close. And corporate interest, I expected more. They had 76 previous quarter. It dropped to 74. Oh well. Overall, the results for expenses were 3% greater than my forecast. So pretty close single digits. And most importantly, net income, I was off by only 8%. I'll wait for my flowers. Go on. Flowers. Now, if you are like many people that look up to me for the Coinbase forecast, I was right. If the price went down, I can't control that. That is Mr. Market humbling us all in thinking we can predict the future. I can forecast the results, but I cannot predict what the market will do. If I could do that, you would know my name more than you know Warren Buffett's. So, what I can do is forecast accurately what will happen, what kind of results to expect the next quarter, and then we can place our bets accordingly, and hopefully the market will align with us. Now, the market has acted irrationally. And as a famous economist said, the market can stay irrational longer than I can stay solvent. And this is why we do not use leverage. In the short term, the market is a voting machine. And right now, the market is voting Coinbase down. But in the long term, it is a weighing machine. And Coinbase is a sleeping giant at this point that weighs 100 tons more than the market is expecting. So, my price target still short term 500, so 100% from here. Medium term 700 by the end of the year into the next year, and about 3,000 in the next 4 years, which is about a 10x from here. Why? Because this company prints money, it's growing like bananas, and the revenue streams are becoming more predictable and more stable. Don't know what else to do with this one. I bought more. I bought the dip. Now, if we take a look at estimates from Wall Street, were 213. Most were at 1.8, if they're honest. But let's give them the benefit of doubt here on Yahoo Finance. They delivered 468 diluted. Undiluted, ordinary shares were 5. So better than double any way you look at it, and yet the price went down. This is short-term noise, if you ask me. 250 is as low as it's been since, since November. Revenue is looking great for next quarter on all revenue items. I expect about the same or better results across the board than Q4 as of now. Things can change. Obviously, I will make my forecast for Q1 shortly, and I will forecast shortly, and I will make my forecast before results are out of Q4 in first week of May. Looks like right here. Okay, so huddle strong. I'm personally adding here because I think this is just noise. Also, in other news, there's several other reasons to be bullish on Coinbase. USDC revenue will be up in Q1 because, get ready for it. Boom. This was how many USDC coins are out in circulation. It was hovering about 34 billion. Now it's at 56 billion. See this? This is bananas. Now we're like hovering at 56. I wouldn't be surprised to see this go up even more. That is one revenue item. Now Coinbase has a strategy called Go Wide and Go Deep to expand its international business. They just got licensed in Canada and Argentina, Brazil also, I believe, and are working on Brazil. And next green shoots, now that this is a a formula they figured out, repeatable business where they can open up shop in an international country and be at break even pace from jump, means that more they expand, more revenue will start to trickle in from international sources. Things like perpetuals that are available in other jurisdictions are also a huge revenue item that the market is not accounting for correctly, I think. The biggest crypto exchange in the world is called Binance, and most of their revenue comes from perpetuals. So as Coinbase expands its perpetuals swaps footprint, more revenue will come for that and those transactions. So stay tuned to that growing, especially international footprint. I expect next to big countries that are likely to benefit from crypto and Coinbase being in their jurisdiction are South Korea, which is huge on crypto and would benefit from a trusted player like Coinbase being in their country. They also have a lot of rug pulls, but they like crypto. There's something called kimchi premium, where crypto often trades at a higher premium in South Korea. So Korea will be great. Next one, likely also Philippines. Philippines gets a lot of remittances from U.S. and a lot of international, a lot of Filipino workers work internationally and send money back home. There's a lot of fees associated with that. Crypto is a perfect tool for this use case. It's one of the best ones for it, if not the best. It's cheap, it's fast, it's instantaneous, it's trusted. It takes out the intermediaries. The thing that I am most excited about in the coming future for Coinbase. Now, it might be soon, it might be later. Maybe later this year, maybe next year. But come in here. Come here. Tokenized securities. Sit with that for a moment. What this means is Coinbase stock, like a coin, traded on the blockchain, like Base, 24/7, 365, anywhere in the world. How many people do you think around the world would like to buy Coinbase stock, given how undervalued it is, but they don't have access to it? Once you put it on chain, it allows pretty much everybody in the world, other than 5 or 6 jurisdictions that have banned it, to participate in owning a share of a company like Coinbase, an American leader in crypto. This also takes away volume and trades from traditional exchanges like NASDAQ and New York Stock Exchange. So a lot of their market share will flow to Coinbase. And eventually, Coinbase will be added to the index, either QQQ or NASDAQ or to S&P 500. And then it will become a part of a passive strategy for most investors. And as it grows, more will be allocated to it because the way those indexes work, it will be a virtuous flywheel. I would not sell my Coinbase share, and I will not, until Coinbase is fairly valued. And I don't think it's going to happen until it's added to an index and until people see what this is. We're still super early. I think buying Coinbase and owning Coinbase shares is like buying an index in all of crypto. You don't have to bet on Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, or a meme coin. You don't have to be an expert in their technology to evaluate each blockchain, when you can just buy Coinbase, the company that benefits from any one of those blockchains or protocols succeeding. Any app, decentralized app that benefits, other than the DEXs, obviously. If Uniswap just takes over the world, obviously people will trade more there than on Coinbase, but perhaps that will also flow to Coinbase as an on-ramp. Coinbase is actively putting one foot into the decentralized world with its Base blockchain. They have the wallet. They're abstracting the difficulty of getting on chain out of the way, making it super easy to onboard, on ramp and off ramp from crypto. I see green pastures for Coinbase going forward. It remains now an even bigger position in my portfolio. I've sold some of my Alibaba options today because they 10x'd, and I bought more Coinbase. Am I a perma bull or am I just a goat? You tell me. In conclusion, I am really happy with my Coinbase forecast. Very close to the results. Happy to hold on to shares and buy anything under 250. Price target 500 short term. Hopefully by the end of next quarter. Maybe into this quarter towards the end when people realize that it's going to be another money printing event. Not Fed printing money, but also that could happen, will happen. They can't stop printing. Nothing stops this train. They keep printing. Crypto goes up. That's how it works. Anyways, I'll get off my preachy horse. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to like it and subscribe. That's how I get paid. Likes and subscribes. I appreciate every one of you. I hope you're making money out there. And as always, may the force of compound interest be with you. Peace.
I told him back then, trying to move. Investment in 10, now watch how I prove. Double-digit gains, I was never a fool. Took the risk to let the numbers rule. They laughed the past, said it wouldn't last. Now I'm living large, moving fast, making it fast. While they doubted my plans, I kept my stance. Now I'm taking a lap, this victory dance. Call it conscious vision, it's a new dimension. Told them all along, just need your attention. Now it's clear to see, smart investors key. While they watch me waiting, I see that's me.